All right, up next is Carson Barr.
Hey, how you guys doing? You guys doing good? You guys drunk yet? Yeah! Clearly you're not drunk enough, so you probably need to get another drink. But, recently I've discovered that if someone comes to my door, I can't answer it if I'm not expecting any visitors. I can't do it. I won't. I mean, a wild Girl Scout appears. She casts cookies against my wallet. It's super effective. Woo! Hey, that's a Pokemon joke. But if it's not a Girl Scout and it's some poor bastard going door to door, then I feel obligated to give him some kind of donation because he's asked for it. He's like, will you please donate to my charity? I'm like, all right, I will, because I opened the door for you. You're going door to door. I feel bad for you. It's cold outside. I mean, come on. These people are walking around and all they want is some charity. But it's even worse if you know the person that's asking for a donation. Like one time I was walking near the sub and this person was asking for a donation for relief in the Philippines because of the typhoon that happened a couple of months ago. And she's part Filipino. I'm like, oh well, this is trouble. This is the double whammy. Oh God, I don't know what to do. So she's like, oh hey. I'm like, I pull out my earbuds because I'm listening to my iPod like a dick. And I'm like, oh hey, how are you? And she's like, do you want to donate to the relief in the Philippines? I'm like, yes. So she's like, oh my gosh, that's so great. So I go from my wallet, and let me tell you, this reach from my wallet was like, it took longer than the fall of the Roman Empire. It took really, really long. I just remember it. And I pulled out a 1, and I told her, I'm sorry, I don't have anything but a 1. My other biggest bill is a $20 bill. That wasn't true. That was not true at all. I recently won a lot of money in poker, gambling the night before, so it was all dirty money. It was all dirty. All this money was dirty. So she's like, oh my gosh, this is so great. And I'm like, wow, this is really cool, Jennifer. I remember I called her Jennifer because 3 or 4 times in the past, I called her the wrong name. I called her Megan. I felt really bad because she looked like a Megan. My sister has a friend called Megan, and she looks exactly alike. Like, exactly alike. And I'm not saying all Asians look alike, but in this circumstance, they both look really similar. And I felt really bad about that. I'm not racist, I swear. So I felt obligated to give her some money. But I did give her the money, and we exchanged pleasantries, and I went on my merry way. But in college, you have a lot of strange interactions with people. I mean, you meet a lot of strangers, and these interactions you have, they range from very weird to mildly weird. But I remember this one time, I was still living on campus, and I was getting dinner with one of my friends. We were eating a delicious, lovely meal of stale chicken. And I noticed that 3 girls were sitting near me. And one of them came up and approached me. And I was like, hold the phone, this is kind of weird. This usually doesn't happen. Girls don't approach you. Unless you look like me. But this one girl, hey. But this one girl did come up to me, and it was kind of weird, but she introduced herself. We started exchanging pleasantries. She was like, how are you? Oh, I'm very good. What are you doing? Oh, well, I'm eating a meal. And she started implying that she wanted me to come sit with her and 2 of her other friends. And I'm like, I'm enjoying a lovely meal with my friends here. we were actually just about to finish our delicious meal, and we were about to get up and leave. So she goes and sits down. My friend and I, we shoot each other a look. We're like, wow, this bitch is fucking crazy as nuts. And we stand up, we've been ready to leave. We're walking towards the exit, I'm like, wait a minute, what if I do go sit with them? Just to fuck with them. So I swivel, and I'm like, adios. So I go and sit with these girls. The main reason I sat with them is because I enjoy interacting with people. I like to mess with people, you know, as a joke. So I go down and sit with them. And let me tell you, these girls, they talked about some lewd, crass subject matter. Especially for a stranger they had met only within the hour. It was crazy. They started talking about penises. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it was really weird in that context. I wasn't really into that, but hey, that's just me. Hey. And I remember the crazy girl that approached me and her two other friends. The two other friends, they started dropping some weird hints about how this girl wanted to get laid. And I was not having any of it, let me tell you. This girl was not my type. One of her friends was really attractive. That was one of the reasons I went over to the table. I'm like, hey, maybe I can put in with a good word with her. You never know, eh? But they told me the story about how she was seeing some other guy and how they hooked up together. But after that, the guy, he didn't show his face anymore. I'm like, wow, well, that's not surprising at all. You're kind of a crazy bitch. I wouldn't expect anything less. She was really, really, really crazy. I'm not even joking about this. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. But after 45 minutes of this, I had enough. Just let me tell you, enough! Enough is enough! I am leaving! So I get up and I walk towards the exit. And you know, I was living in the dorm, so I just went upstairs and I just sat down. I was just starting to get comfortable. You know, it was the end of the day. I wanted to relax. Then I hear a knock on the door. I'm like, my head shot up like a gazelle that senses danger. And I'm like, oh fuck, who is this? I don't like unexpected visitors at my door, like I said previously. So I slowly creep to the door, and I peer gingerly into the peephole, and I'm like, oh fuck, it's the fearsome threesome and the bimbo bitch. I accidentally told them what floor I lived on in my dorm room, and my name was on the front door. So I was like, oh fuck, I'm so stupid. God damn it. So I opened the door and I'm like, oh, it's too soon. Too soon, I hardly know you. But I said, oh, hey. She's like, oh, hey, how are you? You said you wanted to hang out sometime, but you never got my phone number. I'm like, oh, damn it, I did say that, but I didn't mean it at all. Not at all. And I'm like, okay, you want to give me your, I'll give you my phone number, and you can text me sometime. No. Carson, you naive bastard, you. You naive son of a bitch. She was like, I'll give you my phone number, and I'll text, and you text me. That's how it usually works. You know, the guy usually texts the girl, but I wasn't having any of this. I was like, okay. So she did end up giving me her phone number. But the question is, did I text her back? And the answer is a resounding no. I did not text this crazy bitch back. Luckily, my phone broke about a week later. Maybe it was a message from God, I don't know. But it was a miracle, And I look out every day on campus for the white whale. This white whale, this elusive white whale, every day I search for her. I search for this white whale every day of the week. I'm hoping one day that I'll see this elusive person just to call her a crazy hoe bag. And my friend that I was eating dinner with, I told him about this story. And he's like, bro, you got her number? And I'm like, number? I hardly know her. That's me, guys. Thanks, I appreciate it a lot. Thanks, guys. Get some more drinks. You know, the next comic will be amazing, I'm sure. Cody, here you go. Thank you. Oh, what was this? We're doing a little dance?
We are, Carson. I'll dance with you all night. Carson Ball, everybody.